Hi, hello, welcome to Vistas Learning. This is Shruti, your chemistry tutor. Yes, students, I'll be taking your 11th standard chemistry and I hope you'll truly enjoy learning chemistry with me. Yes, before that, how you all are doing? Hope you're relaxing. No studies, no exams, direct promotions and all? Fine. Don't get relaxed too much. It's enough of relaxing and you need to continue your education. Yes. Coming back with the education, we need to know much more things. As you are entering into the science stream, it's a vast stream and the interesting stream. Yes, in that we have physics, chemistry, biology with maths or computer science with maths. Here in common we have chemistry and physics. Yes, physics and chemistry are very much important and even chemistry is much more important and it is an interesting subject, and if you are feeling it is a volatile subject, whatever I study the chemistry will be evaporated and I cannot just remember the things, then I'll be helping you out to remember the important things which are volatile. Okay, coming back with the chemistry, as I said, I'll not be dealing with the chapters and the topics in this session. We'll just go ahead with the glancing of chemistry, what we have studied and what we are studying, what is the uses of this chemistry in this session. Okay, yes, before that we'll go with the introduction of chemistry. Tell me, students, what do you know about chemistry? We have already studied about chemistry, so you can tell me what you know about chemistry. Any guess? Yes, it is a branch of science which deals with chemical reaction. This is the answer most of the students will give. Then my question is it only the study of chemical reactions? Yes, chemistry is the study of everything in the universe. Why? Because we study the chemistry as a matter. Under chemistry, we have studied about the matter, right? Everything in the universe has mass and occupies space and can be sensibly called as matter. And under chemistry, all those things are studied. So matter is studied under chemistry. So universe, whatever it contains will come under chemistry and we'll be studying about that. So here some of the examples other than the reactions, what we can know more about the chemistry. As I said, chemistry is everything in and around us. Here are some of the examples which are around us. Can you say what it is? This is the detergents what we are using in our routine life. We have cosmetics. We all know about cosmetics, which makes us beautiful, which makes us look beautiful. Yes. And we have the dyes. Whatever we see here, all are colorful. How do you get these colors? Due to this dyes. So the colorfulness will be given by chemistry. And this is the medicine. When I feel sick, I go to the doctor and I get some pills or the tonics or injections too. What does they contain? Medicines. Medicines are nothing but the chemicals which makes us to make the body fit. To keep the body fit, we require these medicines when we are ill. If you take the next one, which is the food, regularly with the exact nutrients, we say the balanced diet, then you don't require the medicines. Food intake of food will give you the health, whereas if the health is being spoiled, medicines will give back your health. So we have chemistry which is with us which is introducing into the life. As I say about the life, we have a cell here. What is this cell? We have studied this under biology. Why does biology comes under chemistry? Yes, here in the cell, we require some of the chemicals to form this cell. If you take a egg that contains only the fat thing as yolk inside and the protein, the white thing, what albumin, which is outside the liquid part, and it is been covered with the calcium. How does the life come into existence? It is just a chemical. Protein is a chemical. Fats are the chemicals, which is made up of the carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, the elements that leads to the life. Before the life, it is chemical. While the life is being entered, it is the chemical reactions which is taking place, and after the death of the living organisms, it decomposes, we say. The body decomposes into the elements back. Again, the chemical reactions is taking place. Before the life, after the life, while the life is being, even the chemicals and the chemistry is with us. Here we have the cell organelles. All these cell organelles have different compositions of chemicals and it has different functions as well. If you see the human body, the body contains carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, calcium, nitrogen, phosphorus, and still more elements present in our body. Isn't it, students? So our body is also made up of chemicals, and our body can also be called as mobile chemical factory. Yes, living organisms and their functions will be also studied under this chemistry. Can you say what it is? Here we can find the kitchen, isn't it? Yes, chemistry in kitchen. What is this chemistry in kitchen? Can we do chemical reactions in kitchen? We are daily doing the chemical reactions in kitchen. As we have studied under 8 and 9 standard, we know physical and chemical reactions and their characters. So burning comes under chemical reactions or the chemical change, photosynthesis, the digestion, and the respiration, combustion, these all comes under chemical reaction. Cooking is a chemical reaction. Why? Because when I just take a rice and water, if I just cook it, it turns to the it has a permanent change. It cannot be reversible. It cannot be reversible, and the new compound is formed. It is a chemical change. Isn't it? Yes. So at kitchen, you'll find many chemical reactions, and if you know what the ingredients should be added and which is very healthy, which is not healthy, then you'll become a very good chemist in kitchen. Coming back with the next topic, here we have solids. Matter, as I said already, we all know about the states of matter. Here we have solids in crystals and we also have solids in amorphous form. If you see here, in this, you will be finding the quartz, common salt, and the ice. Ice is nothing but the water which is being freezed. We get the solid state of water, which we call it as acid. Here, all the three are solids but with different structures. They are made up of different structures. You can see all the three are made up of only two types of elements. That is, quartz is made up of silicon and the oxygen. Water is made up of hydrogen and the oxygen. Whereas the common salt, which we use as table salt, is containing sodium and chlorine. Even though all these three are containing only two types of atoms, the composition varies, the characters varies, their structure also varies. As the structure varies, you can study the structural form of the solids under chemistry in detail. Yes. Now, can you give me examples of some of the chemicals which you are using in your daily life? Yes. We have the nutrients which are used. Here, some of the topics we can find, like some of the daily products which we use. If I just say the syrup or the honey, the syrup contains the sugar or the sweetness, right? So that sweetness, again, it's a carbohydrate. The juice particles, whatever the juice we prepare, it contains that composition. The fruits, nuts, and also the beverages. Nuts contains the fatty acids, the fruits contains mainly the apple contain malic acid, other fruits will be having with the other compositions or chemicals in them. Likewise, we have the beverages like coffee contains caffeine, tea contains polyphenols. So these are the different chemicals present in the given daily products, and so we have the different taste whenever we take all of them. That will be also the interesting subject, what we take, what we taste. This will be studied under chemistry. Next we have the lab things. The chemistry is not only fixed with the eatables or some of the few things which we are using daily. Here we have the industrial chemistry. The industrial chemistry deals with the chemicals which we can synthesize. For example, the bottle, plastic bottle if you have, or the plastic materials if you have, it is not being got from the nature. We derived it, we synthesized it. So many of the industries will produce the products, and that's where we have the industrial chemistry which is being used. Next, we have the topic which we are going with the things which we have already knowing about the chemistry. All these brief things what I just said is about the outlook of chemistry, where and all we can find the advantage of chemistry or where it is present. Now we are studying about this chemistry which we studied under 8th, 9th and 10th standard. If I ask you this figure, what is this periodic table? What do you feel? Yes ma'am, I know about this, because the trends of periodic table, evolution of periodic table we have studied, isn't it? Yes students, you're correct. If you feel that this is very familiar to you, then that's fine. You have studied your 8th and 9th chemistry. Yes, it is the periodic table which gives you the collection of 118 elements where this universe is made up of. 118 elements. Studying of their physical properties, chemical properties, do you think it is so easy? Not at all. If I just have 50 members in my class and to know each and one of them is so difficult for me, whereas knowing about 118 elements, how they combine, with what they combine, what are the chemical properties they produce or have, what are the physical properties they have, it is not at all so easy to just depict the characters or to study the characters of each 118 elements. So what we did is that we grouped them under certain conditions. The increasing order of the atomic number, and with certain groups and the periods we classified them, which makes us to easy study of chemical products. The elements will be easily studied here. If you take the first row speaks about the metals, whereas whereas the last row speaks of last row, in the sense the groups I'm speaking about. Horizontal rows are called as periods, vertical rows, or we can call it as vertical columns, as groups. We have 18 groups and 7 periods. The first group will speak about metals. The 18th group will give you about the noble gases. 17 groups are very active non-metals. First groups are very active metals. 17 groups are very active non-metals. So this is being studied already, and we'll study in 11th also in depth with that. After that, we have studied the elements. What are the elements? What are the compounds? What are the mixtures? How to separate them? We know. And these elements are contained, or the tiny particles which these elements are made up of is atoms, and that structure of atom is also being studied. So if you see here, we have the center of the atom, which is made up of neutrons and protons. We call it as nucleus. We have the electrons revolving around the nucleus, where the electrons are negatively charged, neutrons are neutrally charged, that is zero charge, and protons are positively charged particles. This structure is different for different elements according to their atomic number. The number of electrons or protons present in the atom gives you the different atomic structure. Atomic structure, in the sense the shells will be varying, not the structure of an atom. Fine. So what is this? Is it a rainbow? No. Yes, you all know that. Good. Yes, it is not a rainbow, but it is a indicator. What is an indicator? What does it indicate? Is it an indicator of a bike or a vehicle to show left and right? No. Yes, here if I just give you two glasses of solutions and I doesn't say what it is, I don't say which is the acid, which is the base. Can you guess which is acid and base without touching it and tasting it? Yes, you can say that, ma'am, acids are sour in taste and bases are bitter in taste. I can just taste them and say. But that is not possible, because you don't know, either have given you the edible acids or bases or the corrosive ones. So what do you do now? If you touch them, it may form some blisters. If you taste them, then it will be burning your inner organs. What do you do now? Yes, to know whether the given solution is acidic, basic or neutral, we have this paper which we call it as pH scale or universal indicator. It can be in the paper form or in the liquid form too. So here the reddish form says about the strong acid, the blue will give you a strong base. If the given solution turns orange, it says about the weak acid, and if it is greenish blue, it says it is a weak base. If it is neutral, it gives you the green color. If you check with the water, you'll get the green color, because water is neutral in. Yes. So these are the things which we studied under 7th, 8th and 9th and till 10th. Okay. Now I'll ask you this question. Since you know about chemistry, can you tell me what is this? If I just take an apple, cut it up, I just require half and I don't want another half, I just keep it aside and move on. After some time, if I come back and see, the apple has turned to brown color. Now I have a question. Can I have this, or is it poisonous? How to know about this? chemistry helps you there. Yes. So what is the reaction which is taking place over? Can you tell me what is this? Yes, you are right, it's banana. The ripened one, which has been also turning to brown color. Why does the banana also turns brown color? Is food spoils, we know, right? So there the chemical reactions will be taking place. Imagine there is no chemical reactions, there is no spoilage of food. It was fine, right? But the chemical reactions will help you for forming the food and also for decomposing the food. Yes. So here we have apple which is turning brown. Why does it happen so? And even the banana. The question is it a chemical reaction? As I've already told you, yes, it is a chemical reaction. Isn't it, students? Am I correct? Do you feel it is not a chemical reaction? Fine. We'll check out if it is a chemical reaction. What type of chemical reaction is this? Yes. Do you remember this? Oxidation and reduction? Yes, students, in the apple and banana, when it is being turned to brown color, we have the oxidation and reduction which is taking place. We say it is being oxidized. Yes. If you see the rusting of iron, even the rusting of iron is oxidation, where iron loses the electron, it combines with oxygen to form oxides of iron, and that is a form of oxidation. What do you mean by oxidation and reduction? We have many other definitions, but we'll just take a simplest and easiest one, that is the loss of electrons will give you the oxidation, whereas gain of electrons give you the reduction. What is this then? Under A, we have reducing agent, and under B, we have oxidizing agent. Yes. Agents means what? The one who helps us, right? If I am taking the oxidation means loss of energy or loss of electrons. If I am losing the electron, someone should take the electron. If no one is taking the electron, I cannot lose my electrons. So here, when I am losing the electron, I am donating the electron to others. So other is gaining the electron. I am losing the electron, others are gaining my electrons. That means I am helping others to gain, right? So I am helping others to gain, means gaining the electrons is reduction, where I am helping them to gain the electron means I am helping the reduction. So I am reducing agent and I am undergoing oxidation. So you should remember this. If I am the reducing agent, I am undergoing oxidation. If you are the oxidizing agent, you are undergoing reduction, or you are said to be reduced. Hope you understand this. So by this, what you can understand, it is a simultaneous reaction, oxidation with reduction. So we call it as redox reaction, and you'll be studying in depth with the redox reaction in your 11th standard. Coming next, what chemistry we need to study yet? We have studied all these things, ma'am. Still, what else is remaining to study? Do you have a question like that? Here is the answer. We have still the branches of chemistries which we need to study. So these are the branches of chemistry. We have physical chemistry, which deals with the temperature, pressure, rate of the chemical reaction, how fast the chemical reaction is taking place or how slow it is going on. We'll be studying under chemical reaction. Either have to increase the temperature or decrease the temperature, the pressure should be increased or pressure should be decreased, will be studied under physical chemistry. Coming with the analytical chemistry here, how much chemical reactions if I have to add the reactants, how much reactants I have to add such that what is the quantity of product I get, and what is present in the given unknown sample will be analyzed under analytical chemistry. We have inorganic chemistry and organic chemistry. I know you are familiar with these two. because organic chemistry is the study of carbon and its compounds, which you have already studied the hydrocarbons in your 10th standard, and the carbon and its compounds purely will be studied under a branch called organic chemistry, because carbon has this property of catenation and tetravalency, which makes its unique nature of forming a longer chain, and it has many compounds of its own. So we make them a group and study under organic chemistry. The inorganic chemistry, all the rest elements will be studied under inorganic chemistry with their bonding. As I said, the transfer of electrons will take place, or sharing of electron takes place, or donation of electrons takes place. All these are different types of bonding between the elements. So these bondings like ionic or covalent or coordinate bonding will be studied under inorganic chemistry. The last one is biochemistry. We just discussed, right? The biology, that is life, is being connected with the chemistry. So the life and the chemistry combines together, and the molecules or the compositions which are very much important for the biological organisms to survive and sustain will be studied under biochemistry. Do you understand this? Do you have any doubts, students? So these are the branches of chemistry we'll be studying in detail in your 11th standard. So if you see all these things, would you understand? Slides were so colorful, right? Even the study of chemistry will be colorful, and we need to explore it. You can also take two elements, combine it and see the reaction. You'll get the example of that, how the reaction will take place. How interesting is this? Yes, as I said, where do we connect the chemistry with? Does it has a pathway for my career? If so, where can I go ahead with chemistry? Yes, students, if you see the medicinal shops or medicine shops, they'll be written the drugs and the chemist. There you can find the chemist play a very vital role in production of medicines. So for the synthesis or production or preparation and checking about the characteristics of the given medicines will be done by chemists. So pharmacy also has a advantage of this chemistry, and we can go ahead with pharmacy too. So here, apart from this, in any of the industries you take, we have QC as a post, quality chemist, who checks the each and every product. It might be the ice cream or the food, whatever it is being produced, or it might be the plastics or the fiber or the textiles or any of the gadgets. Everything will be checked, because these all are made up of matter. These all are made up of materials. This all comes under chemistry. Who knows well about the particles and the elements? The chemists, right? So wherever you go, you have a vast area to explore yourself with chemistry. So hope you all understood this. Was it interesting? And chemistry is a colorful subject. You can increase your interest, or you can develop your interest with me learning chemistry. Thank you, students. Thank you all. See you all soon.